Hello, everyone. Welcome to Girls Night Live. Thank you for spending another afternoon with us. Today, we're coming to you live from Bend, Oregon, from the West Coast. And we have a very special guest with us, Shannon Keith. Shannon created her business, Sudara, with a mission rooted in job creation and freedom-filled choice for women who want to escape sex slavery. With mission-aligned partners, Sudara trains approximately 1,200 women per year across 11 different vocations, with a 90% job placement rate. More than 7,500 women in India have been job trained since Sudara's inception. We are thrilled to have her here with us today, so let's give her a big, warm Girls Night Live welcome. Welcome, Welcome, Shannon.
Thank you, Peg. Thank you so much. And I'm so delighted to be here. So thank you for the invitation. Again, my name is Shannon Keith, and I am the founder of Sudara. And as Peg said, we are all about economic freedom for women so that they are no longer victimized and oppressed in any form. And I was heartbroken when I went to India back in 2005. My husband and I were traveling, and we saw the problem firsthand, and it completely shattered me on so many levels, because what I saw was that women and children were stuck in the brothels. So again, at this time, the term sex slavery or human trafficking really wasn't on anyone's radar. This was like 16 years ago in 2005. And so I had so many questions. We were there on a humanitarian trip, working with orphans and putting some fresh water wells. And our fresh water well happened to get matched with this brothel community, is what our host called it. And I was like, what's a brothel community? What does that even mean? And I was heartbroken to find out and see firsthand with my own eyes that there are so many, an estimated 3 million women and children trapped in the sex trade in India alone. And now we're smarter as a society, and we know that this is happening everywhere. It's happening in our own country, but women, particularly in India, are oppressed, and there's a huge gender divide, and where it's culturally kind of acceptable. And so that trip to India really changed the trajectory of my life, because I saw the problem and I just felt a divine inspiration saying, hey, you can't do everything, but you can actually play your part. And what's a small part that you can do? And so I had a background in corporate sales, and I just thought, I can't move over here. I can't speak the language. I'm not really sure, but I can sell things. I'm pretty good at that. And if these women want economic freedom, perhaps we can partner together and I can create a marketplace for something that they can do. So it was all about empowering them. And in the flash of inspiration, like I said, pajamas and loungewear came into my mind. Why? Because India has the most beautiful textiles. And so I was in front of women who were in this horrible situation, and yet they were wearing these beautiful Indian saris. So it was this really wild juxtaposition of the beauty of the women themselves and the textiles in a really dark and hard issue. And so what I learned from that was that pajamas would be a great way to help people and to provide jobs. And so I came back, and again, in 2005, there really wasn't a paradigm for benefit corps or using business as a force for good. So I started a nonprofit, because people told me that's what you do when you want to help people, you start nonprofits. So we did. And we were able to do a lot of good. We started with 6 women in one little sewing center outside of Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay. And again, today it has grown to the impact of what Peg described. And a lot of that was because we got smarter and we developed a hybrid organization. So in 2015, almost 10 years after, we launched Sudara Inc. as a benefit corporation. And what a benefit corporation is, it's a for-profit entity, but it's committed to a triple bottom line. And so we put people and planet on par with profits. So our stakeholders include our consumers, they include the women and children that we serve. It's not just about the almighty dollar driving decisions of our business. It really is about our mission. And we're so proud, I have a little sign here, that we're actually a certified benefit corporation. So for those of you who are business owners who are more interested, you can go and Google, what is a B Corp? We're certified through B Labs. There are lots of other certifying bodies, but again, we put a stake in the ground and we're using business as a force for good. So there's this movement around that called conscious consumerism. Maybe some of you have heard it. And that's kind of a big fancy term, but basically what it means is that you as a consumer, I as a consumer, are willing to put our money and align those with our purchases, everyday purchases, whether that's pajamas and loungewear like Sudara's products, or it's fair and direct trade coffee, or slave-free chocolate. We're entering into the holiday season. There's a lot of chocolate with Halloween, and there are certain companies that actually, unbeknownst to them or not, are complicit in child slavery through cocoa beans, right, on the Ivory Coast of Africa. So there's lots of different ways, but as a conscious consumer, you're basically saying, I'm going to research and I'm going to put my money and align that with my values. And when we all do that, there's this huge amplifier effect that happens. So one little person, you're like, oh, what will my voice do? But it's like the raindrop analogy. One raindrop, it feels like doesn't, do much, but when you have lots, thousands, millions of raindrops, you can create a massive amount of change. And so I'm really excited to talk to you, give you a little history of what we were doing. And then now as a consumer, as a shopper, as probably predominantly women on this call, we have so much purchasing power, ladies. Whether you are a working woman and you earn your own money, or you choose to work at home and maybe your partner is the primary breadwinner, but you spend the money, you have purchasing power, because regardless of who makes the money in the household, women are the ones who usually spend the household money. And whether that's clothing, housewares, pet wares, all of that. So we're gonna have a little fun for the next segment of our time together for the next about 15 minutes. And we're gonna go through 3 different styling looks with Sudara's products. So they are comfy enough for sure to be worn as pajamas. That's how we started. But then our loyal fans were saying, don't call them pajamas, they're too cute. I wear them outside, I wear them to the farmer's market, I wear them to work, I wear them to the market, and put pockets in them. So now all of our pants have pockets. And our mission is completely 100% reflected in our products, because every print has a unique name. So the print that I'm wearing today is called Leela. And Leela was a woman who's actually gone through our programs. So this print plays complete homage to her and to her story. And if you look at her on Sudara.org or on the Girls Night Live Marketplace and the product detail page, you will hear about Leela's story. So I'm starting out I live in Bend, Oregon, but you could be anywhere. And this is a really casual, light look, right? So I have just a really airy, kind of a cotton poly blended top. These are cotton pants. They have a little cuff at the bottom, and I'm wearing just colorful flats. If you don't like colorful flats, you can wear plain flats. So I have just flats here. These are kind of gray. You can wear black flats to accomplish this look. I carpool my kids to school before I have to start my job. So I need something that can be comfy enough to move around seats if I need, but then also, I might have a Zoom call. And so I need to sort of be camera ready. This type of look is really easy. And for the weather, we are, just finishing summer and we're moving into fall. And so it really allows for layering. So what you can do is layer with a sweater. So either one of these is great. If you like to mix prints, florals with stripes, this is a great option. I like doing that. I'm part of the BIPOC community, part of the Latinx community, and we love bold colors and mixed use stripes. If you want something a little more simple and plain, I would do something like this because, you already have a lot of fun action going on in your pants. So you can do a really simple sweater. This is a mustard cashmere, and it's lovely. I love the fall look of it. It starts getting, so this is maybe when the weather's cooling down a little bit. You can add a little accessory like this. You already saw that I had my headpiece, but maybe you don't want that anymore. Maybe you're like, it's getting cold and I don't want that. So we can take this off and we can just put on something, a little look like this, and that would be really great. We can put little boots on, which would be awesome. So these are great. They have a rubber sole so they don't slip. So if you live in a place like mine that has lots of weather and inclement weather, you could do that. Then you can say, okay, now I really want something that's really getting cold, outside. And so I'm going to put a scarf on. Maybe you're going to your kid's soccer game, something like that. So you can, again, mix a little bit of prints just to stay not too much in the mustards here. I might throw a jacket on. Here's a corduroy jacket because, again, I'm going to the market, I'm going out to dinner, I'm doing a soccer game, but you can just see how these prints so easily layer, right? I went from summer, I could have been in anywhere, in California, in Miami, all the way to kind of winter in Bend, Oregon. So this is a look that's really easy, really fun. You can dress it up or down, you can change your hair, you can add a cuff and a nice sweater, anything like that. Okay, so this is Leela. Now I'm going to have Molly come and show us another one of our beautiful prints. And this print is called Verasi. So Verasi is this beautiful rayon now. So we've moved from cotton into rayon. These are black and white rayon pants in a capri length. So I had full pants all the way to my ankle. Molly's wearing a capri. So this is really fun and versatile. Again, going from those summer times. She could be going to the office right now. She's wearing a really cute black wedge. I don't know if you want to pop up, Molly. Really cute black wedges. There's this beautiful trim. It's called a Varanasi border, and it's kind of a metallic and silver and black border that really make this a classy print. She has, just this lovely red pop of color lace. And she could be at the office or she could be going out on a date. Again, Molly's a working woman, a single mom, and has lots of different hats that she wears. So this is one really easy look. Molly's going to show us another look that can take this right into evening, right? So she might have a date with her partner tonight. So this is just a really cute kind of a sassy black jacket. She can switch out, if she wanted to go for wedges, she could put stilettos on, she could put some black boots with a heel, or she can leave those just as is. But Molly's looking very classy and professional in these lovely rayon, again, Verasi black and white printed pants. Thank you, Molly.
And I had a question come in from social media.
Wow.
Are all these garments made in India?
They are. So all the fabric is made in India, and they're cut and sewn and then imported here into the US. So we will design the patterns and the sizes so that they fit US and Western women's bodies. So it is a US sizing, but all of them are made lovingly and proudly in India. Yep.
Are these with your aligned partners that you spoke of earlier?
Exactly. So our sewing partners, right? And so as you can imagine, not every person that leaves the brothels wants to be a tailor or a seamstress. So women get a vocational option of their choosing. Those were the 10 to 12 vocational options. If they choose sewing, chances are that they'll be sewing our products. If they choose something else, the revenues from our products go to fund those other vocational options.
What are the different vocations that they can learn?
We'll have to put a few in the chat. There's not only tailoring, but henna art. There's childcare. There's spoken English. So it really depends on the education and the aptitude of the woman. Some women are completely illiterate, and so they've never been to school. They do not know how to read and write, and so they really need hands-on training, like sewing, art, baking, childcare, hospitality, that kind of thing. If a woman has had the opportunity to have some level of schooling, then we can go on to more advanced vocations that require textbook training, reading, writing, all of those sort of things. But great question. Molly's going to come back out now and just show how you can just put on a really simple sweater. Again, same pants. We're still sticking with the Verasi capris. The beautiful thing about the capris is too, you may not know, but because Molly has some great heels on, but Molly is a petite size, and so she's about 5 feet, and her inseam is smaller, right? So her legs are a little bit shorter. But capris work on tall women like me or more petite women like Molly, because it just kind of varies where it hits mid-calf. So that's really fun. So she just has a really cute sweater, a long necklace. So really simple and easy. Molly's a working woman on the go, so you can have it be really stylish and work or dinner appropriate without taking a lot of time. Thank you, Molly. And then she's going to show us just one more. We've been kind of focusing on black, but she's going to lighten it up a little bit and make it a little bit sporty with her next look. And Peg, if there's any other questions while she does a quick change, now would be a great time for that as well.
Let me check here. Where do the women typically get placed in the job placement market?
That's a really great question. So with our flagship partners in India, again, these are our trusted and true partners who know the language, who know their city. They went out and did a assessment basically of their city and what jobs are needed. And then they did the training program around what jobs were needed and viable and had long-term sustainability. So the beautiful part is they get placed in the local community, which is a fairly big city right outside of Hyderabad. It's a large city in the state of Andhra Pradesh in India. And so the training programs were all suited for actual job placement. Oh,
Okay.
I'll be back with her last and final look. So here it is, just a really cute light sweater. Again, this sweater is cotton. It's a little nubby. It's super cute. And then she just put it with some black and white flats. You could see she could wear this to work for sure, but she could also wear it to the farmer's market on Saturday, to brunch with girlfriends or with her kids. Just really cute and sporty and a little bit different look. She could also, if she wanted to go even sportier, she could put some little white tennies or black tennis shoes with it. She could throw a hat on and a jean jacket over it, perhaps, to just kind of layer it up. That would be cute with this look as well. So that is our Verasi print. Thank you so much, Molly.
Thank you.
And last but not least, the print that we're going to do is a great friend of mine who came, Heather. This is Heather. Heather is an amazing woman and mother of 4, and we became friends because I have twins. And when I moved to Bend, Heather was leading the multiples group because she actually has triplets that just went off to college. So all 3 at once just went. She's been moving to college. So Heather is a busy mom with a very active lifestyle. And so this look is super cute. She has on, these are called Maya, and it has, they're cotton, they're soft. It has this action around the bottom. She's wearing super cute wedges, some bangles just layered, and just I don't know what kind of blend this is, but it's super soft. It's not just cotton. It's, I think, a cotton polyester blend. So really easy. I mean, Heather could have slept in those last night for all we know. And then she throws her wedges on, her earrings, her bracelet, and, has to get her 4th child off to school. And it's a really easy and fun look. But the beautiful thing about Heather is she has lots of different, things to do. And her husband is a professor at the college. Sometimes they might have to go to events. Maybe she's, volunteering at the kids' school. She has her own job, a working woman. So she might want to say, okay, hey, it's fall and I want a little bit of a different look, or I'm going to be going for a holiday dinner. And so she can just throw a lovely rust sweater on to make this look really transition from, okay, it's kind of warm and I'm just running around and it's cute, to now, okay, I'm going to an event. I'm going to Thanksgiving and I want to wear these pants that aren't fussy. They don't have buttons. They don't have zippers. This is definitely what you want to wear on Thanksgiving. Just like elastic, super forgiving. You can have that extra piece of pumpkin pie and look how cute she looks. And it's rust. It really picks up some of the action on the bottom. At that point, in Bend, Oregon, at least for Thanksgiving, it could be snowing. If not snowing, it's really cold. She could put on some really cute little boots like this that have some fringe. We would put that on her. I would say, hey, she's going to be going in and out of the house. Let's put a cute, really scarf on her. It can be in these lovely colors, so we can do that. Heather has the most beautiful auburn hair too, so it's so lovely. So again, we can just keep layering it up. She might put a jacket over that too. And there's lots of different jackets. I would say when you're styling Sudara products, think about texture. This is really cute, chambray, so that light denim that she picked, it picks up on some of the light chambray colors within the pants, so that's a really cute look. If it was really cold and she was going to a soccer game, she might want to cover her backside so she could do, a more proper kind of wool jacket with that. Thinking of different textures, here's a suede coat that would look really great with my outfit or with Heather's. So there's just lots and lots of different things you could do. I would say texture's fun. This is one coat that would look great with Heather's outfit or mine as well. This was a really good thrift store find I found. It's kind of like this, what I would call an old lady kind of nubby jacket because it was vintage that I just love. So don't be afraid to go with those pops of color for the season for sure. So
We have an Instagram question from someone. Margaret from Instagram Live. Do you have any suggestions for a work mom life balance style?
So a work mom, and what was the last part?
Like for life balance style. For life balance style.
Yeah,
Like work mom.
I think, it depends on what the working situation is. I mean, I work from home, and so I can be a little more casual. Molly's outfit was really great. Those rayon pants that, are a little more, you can dress them up a little bit more. So we have these in the full length as well as in the joggers. And so you can do a simple sweater and shoes, whether it be flats, or if you're, a work mom and you can do little tinnies and that's work appropriate, that's great. Or you could do little boots with that. And then you could really just dress it up or down. So the beauty of these products is that because the prints are so lovely and so unique, that's all the pizzazz you really need. And then you can do lots of just basics on the top and bottom, but because you're wearing the pants themselves, particularly with the little trims that are on either the full length pants or the capris, that's enough like razzle dazzle right there, right? You're not trying too hard. It's really beautiful and effortless at the same time.
Right. Someone else also asked, what's the average age of the women that are taken from the sex slave trade and I guess rescued and then taught different vocations?
So that is a really good question. And there is no just average age because it's such a complex issue. Unfortunately, there's generational sex slavery. So what happens is it can go as far back as grandmas, great grandmas. Thank you, Heather and Molly. That are born into brothels, and without appropriate intervention or opportunities for education, those young girls will grow up and their only option will be to become a sex slave themselves because they don't come from a proper family unit. And so they don't have a father. And in a patriarchal society, the parents, particularly the father, are the ones who are arranging the marriages for the daughter and whatnot. So without any of that, they too will just be basically forced to be in sex slavery. So those are little babies who are born into it.
Okay, so they're
then
basically
you have opportunities, of other women, young women who are duped into it, and they would be more like, post puberty before you're a woman kind of a thing. Okay. So usually around like 13, 14, 15, right in there. So where they're developing, they would be attractive to men, I suppose, is the logic there. And yet, are not, And a lot of times they're duped into it because it's like, your father just died and your mom's struggling. And someone comes into the village and says, I can get you a job at a hotel. Of course, they're not telling him it's sex work. They're telling him maid service or whatever. And by the time you get there, you're forced into it, often never to be seen again.
All right, we have a couple more coming in from Facebook and Instagram. Erica from Facebook Live. I'm looking to start my own business. What is one of the best tips that someone gave you to start your business?
I would say go for it, Erica. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. And if you wait too much and you try and figure everything out, you get analysis paralysis. So do your research enough. Obviously, don't just throw your money and your time away blindly, but I would say take baby steps. Just go for it. One foot in front of the other. And don't wait. We have a beautiful life to live. And if you want to start a business, I would encourage you to do it in a way that not only feeds your soul, but benefits the world. Really research, the B Corp community, and then ask good questions like you're doing, but keep asking and just go for it. Trust yourself and your intuition and don't get bogged down in the what ifs and I can'ts and all of that.
That's great. We've got another one from Instagram. Maureen from Instagram Live. She says, I'm trying to decide on a brick and mortar shop versus online. Do you have any insight on leaning one way or another?
That is such a good question, Maureen. And it feels like these days, people who have brick and mortar shops are also doing sort of an online thing. It really depends on where your personal passion lies. So if you're a person who loves your hometown, who loves a main street or a cute little place, and you're really relational, and that's important to you, to be able and available to really connect with your customers and build those bonds and those relationships, I think brick and mortar is a great venue to do that. Obviously, COVID has sort of like decimated a lot of our experiences the last couple of years, but we at Sudara are hopeful that won't last forever. And through vaccinations and caring for each other and, all of the things that will one day get out of this, So you really have to ask yourself about that, because online is great too. You have obviously a wider audience. I think there is a myth that online is a lot of times a lot less expensive. But for instance, a lot of what we have to do to get eyeballs and customers and even our online shop is kind of equivalent to what we would pay for rent in a brick and mortar. So you kind of have to look at your finances, and then really at the heart of it is like not using your left brain. All of those, the financials need to come from the left brain, but in the right brain, and in your heart, who are you, what makes you tick, and what do you want to have out of your shop either way? And then I think that will help guide you to where you should land.
So you're going to have to find a little bit of your own passion into that. So
Yeah.
like you've described. So that's great. Well, I think it's been wonderful. So much information that you've given to all of us. And I want to let everyone know that on October 5th, Sudara will be back doing a live selling segment here to kick off our selling season. And that is at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 o'clock West Coast time. So I hope everyone will come back and spend some time with us for that great show with you. Thank you so much, Shannon. We're going to stop our live streaming right